Guys, it's your host th12. So we're going to be going through another video today, and I'm going to be breaking down 3 attacks on this one. I'm going to be breaking down a mass witch attack. I believe it's a Yeti witch smack with ice golems, as well as a mass witch attack from our Town Hall 12s. I do believe that almost all of them are attacking Town Hall 13's in this one. We've got some really good attacks. I just want to go through a couple of things before I really start the breakdowns. One, guys, if you want to join our Discord or try and get a part of our clan if you aren't already, you all have the link in this video for our recruiting server. If you are already a Godsent member and you found this link to join our server, you can just hop in the recruiting server, say your gamer tag, and we'll just get you over to our main server over there in Discord as well. I do Twitch streams whenever the game is hype or whenever we have something going on. I also go out in Discord and will let you guys know when I'm going to be doing that as well. I'm just going to jump straight into these breakdowns because I do not want this video to get too long. I already know with 3 attacks, it is going to be a little bit of a longer one. So they are in the CWL. We are currently in round 5, doing actually pretty good against this clan. The first one I'm going to be breaking down is going to be from the Apex Predator over here. He's one of our newer members and has already earned the Ace Attackers on the Discord, which is one of our harder to get roles on the Discord channels. So I'm actually just going to pause it up real quick because I do believe he does a lightning quake for the center of this base, going for the Inferno Tower and the Eagle Artillery. Now, in my opinion, I don't think he knew how many lightning spells it would take to do a zap quake for this. Guys, you can always request a friendly challenge from one of our Town Hall 13's, and we can try and get that up for you so you can test to see how many lightning spells it's going to take to do the damage necessary, so you can make sure that if you have extra, like in this case he did, it won't really mess with you too much in your attack, and you can have that extra spell space for other things, such as, like, because he's doing a Yeti smack, maybe say more free spells, or even another rage spell, because I do believe he has 2 leftover lightning spells in the end. So here comes the earthquake spells, doing some pretty good damage on the surrounding areas. The lightning spells are coming in, doing damage, of course, on the Eagle Artillery and the Inferno Tower. At this point, I just want to say I probably would have stopped there with the spells on the Eagle Artillery and left it with that and just set a log launcher over here by this gold mine. The log launcher would have been able to easily path in, straight in, and take out the Eagle Artillery, as well as deliver clan castle troops to do some damage to the defenses in that area as well. Saying the logs might actually take down 1 or 2 of these defenses. I might have used a Suicide King in this example. However, I do believe he is going for a 2-star attack, saying he wasn't totally confident in securing the 3 on this one. I do want to point out that this was a really good attack. I do want to point out one key thing with the witches. However, I'm going to actually wait until the mass witch attack to point out that thing, key that I've noticed from a lot of the pro players online. I do want to say that he's going to start setting up the funnel for attacking on this northeast side over here, and that's pretty much the side I would go for as well. As he finishes up the spells taking out the Eagle Artillery, he drops the leftover lightning spells on the scatter shots, which is probably where I would have dropped the leftover lightning spells if I had them. I would have tried to avoid having them all together, bringing the E-Dragon up on the top corner to do some serious damage up here. This was actually a really good spot for the E-Dragon, saying it does chain to 4 buildings, guys. Do remember that if you are trying E-Dragons, they chain to 4 buildings. So setting it on this building right here, it'll chain down to the collectors here, as well as all the way down to the mortar. And that'll be able to get some good damage there as well. Now, I can see a lot of people saying that it could go down to this direction as well, which in this case would not have been bad for this attack. He does even do a pro thing that this is a really good tip, guys. He brings a balloon, a single balloon, just for this E-Dragon. This balloon, its purpose is to try and see if there are any air-seeking mines to hurt that E-Dragon's, because the funnel of that E-Dragon is very important to this portion of the attack. So there comes the balloon right up there to do some final cleanup in this one. Now with this attack, and a couple of these attacks, I'm going to have to pause it quite frequently due to the fact that these are faster attacks and things do happen rather quickly, because now, as I'm saying that, here comes the ice golems down. Now guys, if you're going to be doing this attack with the ice golems, don't be doing so if your ice golems are level 4 or level 3 or below. Level 4 and up is pretty much good for this attack. You ideally want them to be level 5, but if you only have them at level 4, you can still pull it off too. You just kind of got to be a little bit quick on your witch to place deployment and make sure that your funnel is set up properly. His deployment of the log launcher is coming in right after the Yetis and witches. I am going to leave the comment about how I deploy witches on mass witch attacks for the actual mass witch attacks, due to the fact that it's a little bit better of a tip for the more witches you have. I do want to point out that, like, an example like right here is when he is dropping a freeze over this entire section. This is when the bonus 2 freezes would have been really nice for saving him from those lightning spells and swapping him out with freeze spells. I'm going to zoom out real quick because I do think another portion of this attack is about to begin. So guys, I just want to point out another thing real quick, is that how much value he's getting off that log launcher there. It's doing damage to this Inferno Tower back here, and that's going to be helping a lot of his troops. It also did the finishing damage on that scatter shot there, which is going to help out the attack a lot. He is going to come and bring his queen up for the top side for extra percentage, as well as a baby dragon for some cleanup as well. That is also a really good use of the queen and baby dragon, guys. If you're going to be using your heroes to gain extra percentage at the end of attacks, it is best to bring a small troop that is less 10 housing space or less for backup for that cleanup in the end. As the witches and the ice golem now has popped, the siege machine is also popping with max yetis coming out of there, which is going to help him a lot moving into the core of this base, taking on that scatter shot. As you can see in the top corner right now, that baby dragon and the queen has now been deployed. Just going to gather up some extra percentage up there. That baby dragon really was more or less just to focus her on the higher DPS buildings so she can get towards the defenses quicker, and that ability can do more damage to defenses instead of wasting an ability on collectors. The king is going to be able to take out this entire bottom section and pull up a great percentage here for this attack. I am going to speed it up a little bit here because this is the walk around portion for the king, as he just gets his health just basically diminished over time. This was one of our really good attacks from the Apex Predator. He's actually one of our newer members, doing really good here. And I really am glad to see that he's one of our connected players. Guys, if you're one of our connected players, you're more likely to be taking on clan events and being in the decision group on who we promote to co-leaders. The second attack I'm going to go through here is actually going to be from Thrill House. He is one of our co-leaders, one of our top Town Hall 12 attackers, and I've said this quite a bit. He is almost max, and he is really good at these witch attacks. He's been doing them a lot recently, so he's got a lot of practice with him as well. He does have his heroes at a pretty high level, so that's going to help this attack out a lot as well. He is bringing 3 golems and 2 witches and 2 archers for a little bit of cleanup, and of course the max log launcher on this one. He's dropping the spells to take out the lower Inferno Tower and do some damage on the scatter shot as well. There comes the Earthquake to take out the Inferno, and it also did damage on these lower buildings, you can tell. He's now going to take out the Inferno Tower on the right side as well. I probably would have, I'm just going to pause it here real quick. You notice the queen is right there. I probably would have tried to place my lightning spells almost on that wall I just clicked on, just to try and hurt the queen, or maybe even waited just another second until she jumped over that wall and placed it directly on top of her. It still would have hurt the Inferno Tower and done damage to the queen and just helped out a little bit more. But still, guys, this was a really good attack, and if you want to learn a little quick trick on your deployment of witches, I'm going to be giving that out real quickly after these golems come in. Okay, so you can see he put a wide spread on his golems. He's setting one up on this side over here by the army camp, setting another one up in between these two gold mines, and another one on this side. I do believe his objective for this was to try and have a golem for each box. However, there was an outside cannon, so these two golems did get attracted to it. That is one thing I do got to say you guys got I would watch out for. A giant and a hog can be a great thing to take care of one defense on the outside with minimal housing space. That's just one thing I've noticed and I've done myself throughout the years of playing Clash. Now, with the witch deployment, there's a real big pro tip that I haven't seen too many people talk about, and it's one thing that I know can get a lot better, can make these attacks go from 2 stars to 3 stars even, is your deployment of your witches. You still want a wider spread across the entire side of the base. However, I'm going to give you a little trick on how to do that deployment once it comes in. So you see how the witches come up here, and it's almost like whenever he placed it down, he goes back and back over. What I'm going to recommend for you guys to do is take 2 fingers, and you're going to have to slide it quicker than you would if it was just one, and then go across. Whenever you do that, your witches will deploy their skeletons at a almost synchronous rate of twice as fast or double the normal damage that they would normally do in that attack. I've seen a lot of the pro level players say that that's what the difference between making or breaking these attacks is your witch deployments and if it was done fast enough or grouped enough. And that's just one way to make sure that they deploy fast enough and really grouped. Is if you're using the 2 fingers, I do recommend a little bit of spacing between your fingers because you don't want them to be too grouped together because that is the thing as well. But I just want to point out that that was one pro tip I have noticed the pro players doing as watching the pro replays. So guys, as this attack comes in, this is a really forgiving attack. He's bringing the log launcher in direct center, hoping to get some damage on the eagle artillery as well as clearing up quite a few compartments into the base. Guys, the log launcher is an ideal troop for doing so. It is great at clearing a pathway, especially for witches, so they can get those little skeletons to go into the deep into the core of a base. I do believe that Tornado Trap actually worked to a benefit for him, saying it pulled the log launcher directly in front of the eagle artillery. I don't know if it would have mattered. It looks like that log launcher probably would have killed it anyway, but that just like guarantees that the log launcher would either die first or kill the eagle artillery. And in this case, it looks like the eagle artillery is actually going to be doing some good damage on the town hall, saying the town hall itself has almost gone down. The Yetis come out of the clan castle, as well as the warden ability popped just a minute ago. Now he's freezing the... That was a really good value right there on the freeze. He got the Inferno Tower and the Town Hall's Giga Inferno. That's going to help him out a lot moving forward into that attack. Just to get his troops really moving into it, the Queen was out now able to take out the single Inferno without getting taken out herself, which is just going to be a huge benefit. And those little Yeti mites, as well as some Skellies, go and take out the Town Hall. Unfortunately, some of the Yetis do die with the Town Hall bomb going off, and the scatter shot in the back is just going to do some serious work to those witches. Guys, I do want to point out that the scatter shot is going to be the biggest disadvantage for moving on with witch attacks. The scatter shot was pretty much a defense made for witches and golem based attacks. So anything ground based is pretty much going to work against. They buffed it up a little bit for air attacks when going against balloons and lava loon. So those are what those defenses are mainly targeted to survive against. I do like to see that he has the lonely archer down here fighting it away, getting him a little bit less percentage, more percentage, I'm sorry, in the end of this battle. Now that was just a really good attack from Throwhouse, one of our Town Hall 12 players. Guys, I am acknowledging that this video is getting a little bit longer, already hitting the 15 mark, and saying I have one more to do here from Mr. Miyagi. I do want to point out that this was our top 3 Town Hall 12s, and they are all doing witch attacks, guys. If you're a Town Hall 12, just take note that all of my Town Hall, top Town Hall 12s are doing witch attacks, so that should give you guys a little bit of idea what attack so that most of our Town Hall 12s are suggesting are stronger attacks. I do want to this was not the attack I want to go out, point out. I do remember it was Hash down here. I do say Hash is one of my top Town Hall 12s, even though he really isn't on it on the map. And that's probably why I'm getting a little bit confused on that as well. It is almost 4 a.m. where I am at, guys. I've been up all day and all night, so I'm a little tired and sleep deprived. So if I mess up my words a little bit, that's a little bit why. But this is going to be that super witch attack I was talking about in the beginning of the video. So we're going to get going to this attack. I'm just going to go straight into it. He does bring the bat slap, which he is one of our best attackers at the bat slap attack, as well as bringing the heals for the super witches. It is kind of important that you bring the super witches on both sides of the base. You don't really want them to be going into the center. You want them to kind of funnel themselves into the center. It's kind of difficult to do, guys, but once you've practiced the attack a little bit, you'll be able to get it done a little bit easier, and it won't take as much concentration or scouting to do so afterwards. The log launcher and the ice golem come in a little bit on time here. If, in my opinion, I probably would have waited maybe a couple of seconds to wait for that ice golem to go down. Dropped him a little bit later. Yeah, maybe 3 or 4 seconds later, just because the log launcher was only really in range of the mortar, so it was doing pretty good. Excuse me. One other thing I'd also suggest would be the log launcher maybe could have came up over these expos and done some damage to them, as well as hurt the wizard tower in the back, which would have hurt his bats. But I do believe he did this attack excellently, and this was one of the better attacks from our Town Hall 12s in this round of the leagues. He has been actually putting a lot of practice towards this attack, so it's not surprising that it's really starting to work well for him. He now has his queens coming up behind the heroes coming up behind the log launcher, as well as the rest of the regular witches. The early ability was actually key. It came in right on the eagle shot, so his eagle didn't get hit too hard. Oh, so his troops didn't get hit too hard by the eagle. Like I said, guys, it's 4 a.m. here. I'm trying my best to get a video out for you guys. I just wanted to make sure to point out some key features that I've been noticing in these witch attacks, and also that some of my better attackers at Town Hall 12 are using the witch attacks. So that should be a good hint to you guys if you are Town Hall 12. These guys are being able to pull off really high level 2 stars or 3 stars like Hash was able to pull off here. And as well, another thing to point out is he got his ability off right as the log launcher was starting to go out of the range. Now, the log launcher does lose its health over time, and the Warden's Eternal Tome does not save that, unfortunately. The freeze spell on the multi-shot Inferno was actually a really good placement and timing. I thought it was actually coming in really good, as well as the witch bats. Here's the bat slap from the top. Guys, with these bat slaps, you want to make sure you're focusing on getting them to the defensive structures that are going to do the most damage to them, such as the wizard towers, multi-shot infernos, or the eagle shot, or even the town hall. But preferably, as the town hall is about to go down, as you can see, he has a majority of his troops charging in for the town hall now. He knows that the town hall isn't going to be too much of a threat for much longer, meaning the bats are in perfect timing to come in and back up the attack, while the healers are still going to be able to heal up the super witches. I do believe that was the ice golem popping, as well as another freeze spell. The freeze spell is freezing up these splash damage defenses, just letting these bats just wreck this base up. He does bring the extra freeze to freeze up the lower wizard tower. Now, sometimes with these bat slap attacks, guys, you have to really put a lot of spells forth on making sure the bats are successful on moving through the base. But sometimes, guys, I know a lot of you guys are saying, I need those spells for the rest of the attack. But if you use the spells for the bats, guys, it will actually the bats can push a lot further through the base and support your troops a lot faster than a lot of you think they will. as long as you're actually giving them proper support and making sure that you're getting splash defenses down or tanked through the area that the bats are going to be coming up through. So this video is already hitting the 20-minute mark as he's hitting cleanup here. He does have the queen ability, and it was kind of nice to have the healer switch to the queen. Gets her to full health for the end of the raid. His queen will already have the +1. All right, as the last little bit of cleanup comes up, this was a really nice 3-star from one of our top Town Hall 12 attackers, Hash, as I've said again. He pops the queen ability just to get that last little Inferno Tower down pretty quickly. All right, guys, so that's pretty much going to be the video. If you guys want to join our Discord, if you're new here, I'm going to have a link in the server for the server below. It's also going to be for our recruiting server. So if you want to join our clan over here in Clash, feel free to join the Discord. And if you're already in the clan and you are joining the videos here, just let us know your gamer tag and we'll switch you over to the server for the clan. If you're not a member of Godsent already or a part of our Clash family, send us a screenshot of your player profile, preferably a screenshot I'll show you real quick on camera. If you go over to my profile, just send us a screenshot of this right here. We don't really need much else, or you could send us 2 screenshots if you would really prefer. So you can send us this one and then the home layout as well. The home layout screenshot's not really required or in the recruiting server. It is appreciated. However, we will also be able to look you up if you send us the profile. Just make sure you guys are including your player number so we can actually look you up and give you an invite if you aren't in the clan already. And I'm just going to end the video here, guys. I want to say, everyone, remember, Clash on, enjoy, and have a good one.